So we're all looking into the charts, guys, from a macro perspective to try and understand and identify that one key question that everybody wants to know, that one key question that's on everybody's minds. When is the crypto bull run going to end this cycle? All we can do is look at past data. I'm not a magician. All I can do is look at past data to find out exactly when it's likely to happen by looking to find out when it happened previously before and the time cycles involved. So we got some actually uncanny results when we looked at the Bitcoin halving to the top of the Bitcoin cycle. Then we measured that. And then once we measured that, that coincided with the previous cycle. And once we measured that, that coincided with the previous cycle. So that's one thing that we've done. But I've been delving into the charts a little bit further this morning, guys. There's something that nobody's talking about, which backs up the thesis as to when the end of the bull run's going to be. And this is going to shock you. Okay, anybody that's new to this channel probably hasn't seen this data, but people that have been around, this is something that I've been covering on past videos. So this is the Bitcoin halving, and this is the Bitcoin halving to the top of their bull run, respective bull runs. And what I've done is I've measured out the time from the halving to the actual bull run. There's a couple of things that I'm going to be showing you today. I've done some analysis this morning, and this blew my mind, so I'm sure it's going to blow your mind. However, there's an indication that I got in 2021 that's showing me that Bitcoin needs to cool down. Exactly the same indication on exactly the same chart. So we're going to be going over that too. But firstly, for the people that are new to the channel, what we've done here is we've got each of the Bitcoin halvings measured out by the horizontal ray here, 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 and here. That's the Bitcoin halvings. And what I've done is I've measured from the Bitcoin halvings the period it took to its all-time high. And you can see this is previously early on in Bitcoin's history. This is when nobody could buy Bitcoin. This is where nobody cared about Bitcoin. And what we had is from its first halving to its first top of the cycle, we had a 51-week period. So the first cycle is 51 weeks. You've got to remember, guys, this is going back over 10 years. This is in Bitcoin's infancy. So the more recent the data, the more accurate the data, and the more the data that you should use. So the next one, guys, is the 2016. So I've measured the halving from 2016 up until the top of the 2016 or the 2017 bull market. What you've got there, guys, is you've got a 78-week period from the halving to its high. So 78 weeks. Then we go to the next one, which was the previous cycle, the 2020-2021 bull run. And we've got the halving here. And then what we've got is the top here. So what we've got is a 79-week period. So we've got a 78-week period in the previous cycle. We've got a 79-week period in the last bull market. And then what we've done is we've estimated going forward what 78 days would look like. That would give us an indication of time of 13th of October 2025, which coincides roughly with the previous cycle, guys, November 2021. So that potentially could be one of the areas where we'd be looking to be all scaled out of the market, or I'll be looking to be all scaled out of the market, or the majority of my capital by then. So first thing that I want to do before we get into when is going to be the end of the cycle, because this analysis that I've done this morning, like I say, it shocked me. So I'm hoping it's going to shock you. Before we do that, let's get serious, because the one thing that I need to show you guys is something that happened to me in 2021, which given me an indication, a strong indication that I needed to sell my altcoins and start converting my altcoins into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, this is different this cycle, guys. The way that it's run this cycle is completely different because Bitcoin has just completely front run everything since the 1st of January 2023, and the altcoins haven't caught up. So that's one factor. However, from a Bitcoin perspective, on a higher time frame, this is what's concerning me. You've got this huge divergence here, guys. The higher the time frame, the more conviction, the more that they play out, the more eyes on the chart, the more sell orders, the more buy orders. And this is over exhausted. This is massively over exhausted, guys. You've got the higher high here, and you're putting a new higher high here. On the weekly chart, higher conviction. Then on the RSI, you've put in a higher high, and then you've put in a lower high. Now, guys, the RSI, that measures buy-in and sell-in pressure. So the RSI is something that you can use in real time to give good indications as to who's going to be winning out the bulls and the bears at any given time. And one way that you can look at that is divergences. We know that we've got strength on the chart, but we haven't got that strength backed up by buy-in power. So that's showing that this isn't healthy at the moment on the weekly. Now, another thing that you've got to remember, guys, on the weekly, each one candles a week. So look what's happened. This has been playing out over the course of quite a few weeks. We've put in a higher high on the chart. We've put in a higher high on the chart. We've got 1, 2, 3 candles. It's creating a little bit of indecision at the moment. We're potentially pulling back. However, What happens if we created another 1, 2, 3 candles at the top here? That's another 3 weeks, and that could quite possibly happen. So what I'm saying is it doesn't mean it's going to be a crash tomorrow. It doesn't mean there's going to be a crash the day after. However, on the weekly time frame, we're overheated, and that's indicated by this bearish divergence. The last time that we had a bearish divergence of this capacity on the charts was 2021, guys. We had the May push, then you had the November crash. Bearish divergence. You put a higher high on the chart, you put a lower high in on the RSI. So that's one thing that is concerning me at the moment. So what I'm saying in the short term to the midterm, guys, is be careful, because this was a nasty divergence. On the back of that, you can see the kind of drop that we had on the back of that divergence. The difference is the time in the market. We're a lot further in the market during this divergence than what we were in this divergence. So potentially it gives us indications as to how this could play out. We could get pullback in Bitcoin. And if dominance starts coming down as we get a pullback in Bitcoin, that's indicating one of two things. Either the altcoins are starting to pump against Bitcoin, or the altcoins aren't bleeding as much as what Bitcoin's bleeding. So they're gearing up for another move to the upside. So if something like this happens, I digress. If something like this happens and we come back to test this previous resistance for such a long period of time as support, as that's pulling back, we need to be observing whether the dominance is going to be increasing or whether the dominance is going to be decreasing. If the dominance is decreasing, that means it's good for altcoins. It's showing the altcoins to start to outperform, and it's showing that the altcoin market is healthy, and then the cycle can continue. So all our eyes on Bitcoin at the moment, guys, all eyes on Bitcoin. So what's this thing that I found that blew my mind, that I'm hoping it's going to blow your mind? Because I'm always looking for additional metrics. Everybody's measuring this. How long between the Bitcoin halving until the end of the cycle? We've seen 79 bars in the last cycle, 78 bars in the last cycle before that. So we can look forward and we estimate 78 bars going forward into the next cycle. However, that's just one indication and one metric. What Bitcoin has done differently to every single cycle this year that's made me think I need to do some additional thesis, I need to add weight behind this analysis, is this. You've got the Bitcoin halving, and then you've got the bull run. This was going back in 2012. Then you've got the 2013 Bitcoin bull run. You've got the next halving here in 2016. Then you've got the 2017 bull run. You've got the next halving here in 2020. Then you've got the 2021 bull run. Now, this is the thing that Bitcoin's done that it's never done before in its history, is it's run into the Bitcoin halving and put in new all-time highs as it's hit the halving. It's never done that before, guys. It's always put in the halving and then the bull runs happened afterwards. So you can see Bitcoin's ran all the way from November 2022 all the way to where it is now. So where everyone's saying, oh, the bull market started, guys, the bull market started back end of November 2022. Bitcoin had a bear market for a year and it's rallied ever since. We've got something here, which is rare for Bitcoin, which is a V-shaped recovery. Usually you get some form of double bottom. We didn't get that this time. So that's how it tricked the market this year. Right, what is the thesis and what is the analysis that I'm adding to give weight behind how long these market cycles are going to last? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the previous market cycles from the market bottom to the market top. And I'm going to estimate a time frame to see if it coincides with any previous data. So there's the bear market bottom. Then we're going up. Do it again. Here's the bear market bottom. Let's go up to the bull market top. Up here, you can see 152 weeks. Okay, so that cycle lasted 152 weeks from the bottom of the bear market, the bottom of the bear market, that's the lowest candle in the bear market, to the top of the bull run, which is the highest candle in the bull run. So I'm going to do that again for the next cycle. If I just measure that out again, from its bottom to its top, you've got 152 weeks. So you've got 78 bars or 78 weeks between the Bitcoin halving to the Bitcoin top. In the next cycle, you've got 79 weeks between the Bitcoin halving and the Bitcoin top. You've got 152 weeks from the bottom of the bottom of the bear market to the top of the bull market. Then from the bottom of the bear market to the top of the bull market, you've got 152 weeks. So the thesis, guys, the thesis is, where would this take us? Where would this take us if we were going 152 weeks from the bear market low? Guys, is that uncanny or what? 152 weeks from the bear market low to where we're expecting the bull market high to be. coincides with the 78 bars that we previously indicated from its halving to the top of the cycle. So look, 78 bars from the halving to the top of the cycle, 152 bars from the bottom of the bear market to the top of the bull market, 152 bars from the bottom of the bear market to the top of the bull market, 79 bars from the halving to the top of the bull market. Previous cycle, 152 bars from the bottom of the bull market, bear market to the top of the bull market, 78 bars from the halving to the top of the bull market. So, guys, this is not going to be an exact science. And if it plays out to the exact week and to the exact day, it's going to be nothing other than luck. But what it's going to do is it's going to help indicate a time frame as to when I should be scaling out of my position. And you guys know exactly what I'm intending to do on this channel. I'm intending to scale out of my crypto and go into something that I think's got a low supply and a high demand going into the next 9 to 12 months. So I'm going to be forward looking the market, guys. And whilst I'm going to be scaling out my crypto positions are probably going to go up in value, but I'm going to be scaling out percentages and percentages. And I'm going to be putting those into a build phase of a different market that's going to run, or I'm hoping it's going to run when crypto goes through its bear market. So that's the intention, guys. That blew my mind. I don't know if it blew your mind, but if you did find the content useful, guys, subscribe to the channel and follow me on my journey. And I'll take care of yourself. Goodbye from me.